So good win, much better feeling than a week ago. Because I think as a team, as a coach, you really like to, finish well, and you have that feeling as you come off even in wins if you don't, like the first game. So it was really cool to see a lot of people play and make plays like an interception and, the backup score there and stuff at the end was neat because a lot of those guys work really hard, don't get a chance to play. So commend our fans that stayed and student section, that group that stayed. That was pretty cool because that was a long game, and especially when they started calling all the holding penalties. So good win, not perfect, but I think anytime you win whatever 59-3 or something, there's a lot of good things in there.
Coach, do you feel like you've seen enough from both quarterbacks to name a starter moving forward for the rest of the season?
Yeah, we'll have to go watch the film. I felt bad for Luke because he was injured and he's so competitive, that, he stayed in even when we asked him, and I think you could see on the interception, obviously there was an issue there. So we'll go back and look at the film and, see what we think.
Jalen Mingo getting 103 yards on 3 catches. I know you've seen him as kind of a big play guy before, but how good was that to see that again?
It was good, and we probably were a little different in the second half than maybe normal with throwing the ball, and no disrespect, and but we needed to see, not just hand the ball off and get some confidence in our passing game and see the receivers play with the quarterbacks, and because that hasn't been great at that point through a game and a half. So that's why we probably played those guys a little bit longer than normal. But Mingo, it's great to see him make plays, and Malik made some plays and dropped one too. So it's good stuff that see we can improve. I think that you probably see what I told these guys last night after one game with them, that it is a very talented group. There's tons of talent out there. I think we probably look physically better than we have in the 2 years we've been here, when we come off the bus or in warm-ups. But, that doesn't mean we're going to be great, so we still have a lot of work to do.
Do you have tests back on Luke yet, or is it still too early to know what happened with him?
Yeah, it wasn't something where medical pulled him, but he was hurt. I asked him, I was putting him back in there in the second half, and he just said, he would go, but he just knew he wasn't 100%.
You kind of challenged the special teams last week, and I think you guys forced 3 special teams turnovers today. Just kind of, what was your reaction to seeing that? It was great to see. Didn't think we played well in week 1 and didn't play with the energy and effort that we wanted to, and so they really responded, and it was great to see. Because you got new quarterbacks, and you lose an elite quarterback like we have. Everybody's got to play well around them. That's not just the offensive players, that's defense and special teams. And it's going to get harder as we go on the road. So you need to be able to run the ball, play defense, and special teams.
Did you like what you saw from Jackson today compared to last week? I know you said you liked what he did earlier in the game last week, and then towards the end he had a couple mistakes. What did you think of him tonight?
I thought he was doing really good. He had one, maybe series there with, through the slant and, kind of in the dirt to JJ, and but I thought he did some good things. Got us 3 points in a 2-minute drive at the end of the half. So it's good. Still young.
Just from eye test initial, just thoughts on the defense. How'd you feel they were from week 1 to week 2?
I thought they played really well again. Our guys play really physical and aggressive and downhill. We haven't really been tested too. So, but our stat man here with the Rat Poison says we're the longest defense in the country with less than 21 points, giving up like 7 straight games or something. So I don't really like telling them that, but there you go.
Obviously a lot of hype with Trigg coming in this year, but the way you guys used him in the red zone today, kind of keying in on him, is that kind of what you want from him, or do you kind of foresee an even bigger role coming forward?
Well, I'd foresee bigger. He's played bigger than that in scrimmages, and you know, so there's some inconsistency there because he's a young player, and he needs to play more consistent because you can see the big play potential, and I do like that he seemed, you know, on his last touchdown to kind of play harder and, you know, with more urgency, you know, in the second half there.
There was a lot of talk about Judkins over fall practice. Are you surprised at all by his first 2 games, how good he's been?
Yeah, and I don't usually say that, you know, about any of these guys because we have high expectations, but I mean, I knew he was special, but you know, his vision, we knew he was physical, but his vision is really unique. So, you know, we got 3 special guys. Not too often you're in the game scoring at the end with, you know, back that was first team All AC 2 years ago. So it's really special room.
I know you said that you're going to have to watch the film when it comes to the QBs, but when it comes to Luke, did you see anything eye test wise from the sideline that, you know, could be promising long term? And did you see him kind of take any steps forward through the eye test tonight?
Yeah, I thought he warmed up well. I thought he prepared really well. You know, he got to practice really as the one longer than Jackson. Well, Jackson really didn't because we made that Thursday night, you know, that he was going to go first last Thursday night. So I thought he did well in practice, prepared well, and did some good things.
And when it comes to kind of what the plan was tonight, when were you expecting to kind of put Jackson into the game this evening?
You know, I really didn't have expectations on that. I just said it's on me. I'm just going to have a feel for it just like the first game and just see. And so it wasn't a play count. It wasn't a half. It wasn't any of that.
Anything else for Coach? All right.
All right, guys. Thanks.